Alright, I'm Greg Cognetti. I'm the CEO of Cognetti & Co. We have a great presentation for you today of why you should invest in our awesome company. We got a lot of great products, a lot of great ideas, and you'd be missing out on a great opportunity if you didn't take advantage of this.
And I'm Sam, and I will be directing this presentation.
Alright, so basically we have three of the greatest products on the market, hands down. So I'm just going to start with the Super Swag Pad, which is basically the greatest invention ever made. I designed it myself. It's pretty sweet. This thing right here is a laptop, and it has every feature you could possibly imagine. I mean, the screen on this thing is huge, the hard drive, just everything. There's stuff on there that I don't even know how to use, and I designed it. And this, like I said, it's a laptop, so it's mobile. You can take it anywhere you want with you. It's a great time. If you're looking, maybe it's out of your price range, we have the Swag Pad. You're still gonna have swag there. You're not gonna have super swag, but you're gonna have swag. This is another great laptop. It's not the highest end, but it's right in the middle there. It's not a piece of crap either. It's solid. It'll get the job done. It's a great product. And then, if you're kind of old school and you like to, have your giant computer laid down to your desk, you just have that, that like man cave at your desk going on there, we have the Swag Top. So you can be sitting at your desk while you have swag. This product, the specs are exactly like the Swag Pad, just middle range product, nothing too fancy, but at the same time, it's not garbage either. It'll get the job done.
Okay, so we want you, Dr. Gunby, to go global with us, Cognetti & Co.
We are going to be everywhere.
All right, we're already in LA.
Yeah, I love going and sitting courtside watching my man CP3 throw it up to Blake Griffin. Chris Paul and myself actually went to the same high school. We're pretty much boys.
We are currently already in London as well.
I've never been there, but it looks like a great place.
We'd love to visit. Maybe you should come with us. And we would like to take you to Tokyo.
So if you could, really buy into our presentation, we could go on some pretty sweet business trips to Tokyo.
Yes. In addition to Tokyo, we would like to open sales offices in Sao Paulo,
which is in Brazil, and that's a pretty cool looking picture. Looks like a fun place. Never been there. Would definitely like to run some business opportunities out of there.
Then our last is Abu Dhabi. So
you can see right on the water there. Great place. I hear they're really looking for some swag there, so they'd love to bring some swag to them.
There's our office.
We're going to be the tallest building in the city.
All right, moving along to the more business side, the more calculated side of the presentation. Basically, we know this. We're asking you to take a big risk with going global, with going into Abu Dhabi, with going into Tokyo, and going into Sao Paulo. But with big risk is big reward, big return on investment, and we think this is worth it. And we think that we can really make you a lot of money, or we wouldn't be wasting your time here today. So this quote basically just sums it up. Taking the calculated risk equals
swag.
So, okay, so now we have to look at some numbers, a little bit boring, but we won't waste too much of your time. So what we're going to do is we want our employees to work harder. And what we've decided to do is give them comprehensive coverage so that will drive their incentive to work harder for us, which means money for you. So we already have 5 people in our Europe office and 5 people in our North American office. But we'd like to bump those numbers up to 9. So we'd like to add 4 to those, and then we'd like to add 5, and then we'd add, apologies, technical glitch. We would like to add...
If we had a Super Swag Pad, that would not have happened.
Yeah, but this isn't Super Swag. All right, so getting back to what we were discussing, we want to have 9 employees in Europe, 9 in LA, and we want 9 in our new Tokyo office, 9 in Abu Dhabi, and 9 in Sao Paulo. So we're looking at adding 4 in Europe, 4 here, and adding 9 because these are all new offices. So that is where A, B, and C are added up to get a total of human resources of about 1.7 million.
And just to make it clear, the kind of people that we hire here, I mean, we're not just hiring average people with 2.5 GPAs from Chapel Hill or whatever. We're talking 2,400 on the SAT, degree from NC State, and everybody has taken Dr. Gunby's MIE 480 course. And then we'll know that they're qualified to work for Cognetti & Co. All right, so our sales offices, once again, we're going to some numbers a little bit, but basically how we arrived at these conclusions were the startup fees. You know, they range in each of the different countries. And then also, that's just a one-time fee, fixed cost right there. And then also, we're gonna have your lease per quarter. And then to get these numbers, we assumed we're gonna need money for 3.5 quarters. We have 4 quarters remaining. We already have some money saved up, and this is a long-term investment. So that's how we came to the conclusion with those numbers.
Okay. All right. So now we have to talk advertising. How do we get products sold if they're not being advertised and they're not everywhere, which is part of Cognetti & Co. going global? So what we want to do is we want to be in 5 different channels within Europe and within North America. So we're going to be in 5 different types of advertising: daily newspaper, tech magazines, those types of articles, magazines. Then, however, when we expand into Tokyo, Abu Dhabi, and Sao Paulo, we would like to add the science and tech mag. We think that will help with its influence with the swag pad, and then being in the tech magazine will help these new areas we're expanding into understand our product. So we're looking at being in 5 channels with Europe and with North America, and looking at being at 6. And that's how we're arriving at the total advertising budget.
We are going to be everywhere. You're not going to be able to go to the bathroom to take a piss without seeing our products being advertised. That's how popular they're going to be, and people are going to buy these things, I'm telling you. All right, so then also with all of this, of course we want to have great intelligence backing this up. So we want to invest in marketing research. All of our planning is worthless if we haven't done the proper research, know what markets to get into, and so forth. So we want to have the data that tells us what people in these different areas, exactly what they're looking for, you know, what their price sensitivity is, that kind of thing. But when it comes down to it, it's probably not going to matter because, you know, the product's going to sell itself. When you make something that's great, it's just going to sell itself. I mean, everybody's going to want one. Who doesn't want swag? You're buying this.
I mean, look at us. All right. So we also want to be in a web center. We're going global. We're going everywhere. We're going viral, basically. We're like Facebook. It's exploding. So we want a web center. And in order to have a web center, it costs a lot of money, but it's going to have a high return on investment. So the setup fee is about $270, okay? And then we have to factor in the lease, and we factored in the 3.5 for the lease with the calculations because we're factoring in 3.5 quarters like Greg has said before. So we know it's ambitious, so we're just going to start with one web store. And we're going to stay within North America because that's where we feel comfortable and that's where we're from. And that's what's going to change Cognetti & Co.
So now when you're on the internet, you're surfing the web, you're checking your email, you're checking ESPN, seeing that State won last night. You're taking a break from, you know, looking at some of your private sites that you don't want to talk about, that kind of thing. You can go scroll over to our website and you can buy a Super Swag Pad. I mean, is there anything greater in life? No. Alright, and so with all this being said, since we're going to be selling so many of these things, we're going to need to increase factory capacity. We're already having stock outs, so right now our current operating capacity was 7 units per day. We want to up that to 30 based on the fact that we're going to open 3 new sales centers and we're already having stock outs to begin with. And then fixed capacity, we're going to move from 25 units per day to 50 units per day so we can get these things out there because we're just not going to be able to make enough of them. They're going to be that popular.
Right, so Greg's going to explain to you why you have to do this project, or it's a huge mistake.
So basically, investing with us, you know, we're giving you a great opportunity right here. If you passed on this, you would just regret it because somebody else is going to, you know, if you don't want to invest in this, somebody else will, and we'll make them rich. You know, you give us $1, we're going to turn that into $1,000 in about 45 minutes. It's going to be that quick. All right, and right here you can see our total. We're looking for somewhere between $5 million to the $6 million range. We have all the numbers there to back it up. You know, I'm going to turn that $5 million into about $50 million very quickly for you. We're going to have a great time. You know, we're going to have all this money. We're going to go out. We're going to blow. We're going to buy nice cars. We're going to go to the club. We're going to go to Vegas. We're going to spend too much money at the casino. Just have a great time because we're not going to care because we're going to be so rich after you invest in this product.
And that means you're going to be rich.